Welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a complex and often misunderstood journey, the exodus of Africans to Europe, with Morocco as a critical crossroads. This isn't just a story about migration. It's a story about dreams, desperation, economics, and the stark realities of our interconnected world. Let's get into it. The journey for many begins thousands of kilometers away, deep in West Africa. Imagine leaving everything you've ever known behind. The decision isn't made lightly. It's fueled by a combination of factors: lack of economic opportunities, political instability, and sometimes the simple, powerful human desire for a better life for oneself and one's family. The first major hurdle is crossing borders within Africa itself. These aren't just lines on a map. They are heavily controlled points, often requiring smugglers, enduring harsh conditions, and navigating a labyrinth of dangers long before the Sahara Desert even comes into view. The trip across the desert is grueling. It tests the limits of human endurance. Many don't make it. Those who do arrive in North African countries like Morocco, Algeria, or Libya, but the struggle is far from over. Upon reaching North Africa, the dream of Europe feels closer, yet it's separated by a formidable barrier: the Mediterranean Sea and heavily fortified borders. For migrants, this region becomes a waiting room, a precarious limbo. They often live in the shadows, taking on informal jobs to save money for the next leg of the journey. They face immense challenges, from exploitation and discrimination to the constant threat of being arrested and deported. In Morocco, for example, many gather in informal camps near the Spanish enclaves of Ceuta and Melilla, or along the coast, waiting for a chance to cross. They live in makeshift shelters, dependent on the kindness of strangers or the support of their own tight-knit communities. The psychological toll is immense. The waiting, the uncertainty, the repeated failed attempts to cross the fence or the sea, it grinds people down. Yet, their resilience is incredible. They form communities, share resources, and keep hope alive in the face of overwhelming odds. It's a testament to the human spirit. Now let's talk about a crucial, often unspoken truth. Officially, European nations have a hardline stance on irregular migration. We see headlines about border security, crackdowns, and policies designed to deter people from coming. But here's the paradox: Europe's economy desperately needs these very people. The demographic reality of the European Union is a low birth rate and an aging population. This creates significant labor shortages in key sectors, from agriculture and construction to healthcare and hospitality. Who is going to care for the elderly? Who will harvest the crops? Who will build the houses? Without a young, dynamic workforce, economic growth stagnates. Public services like pensions and healthcare come under immense strain. So while politicians talk tough on immigration, the economic engine of the continent is sputtering, and it needs fuel. That fuel is people, young people willing to work. This is the urgent economic reality that often gets lost in the political noise. Many economists and demographic experts have been sounding the alarm for years. The need for migrant labor isn't a future problem. It's a present-day crisis. The very industries that are foundational to daily life in Europe are becoming increasingly dependent on foreign workers. The West may not admit it publicly, for fear of a political backlash, but the demand is undeniably there. They want the labor, but they are reluctant to create safe, legal pathways for the laborers to arrive. This contradiction is at the heart of the crisis. It forces people into dangerous, irregular routes, putting their lives in the hands of smugglers and creating the very humanitarian situations that we see on the news. It's a system that benefits from the labor of migrants while simultaneously criminalizing their journey. But the exploitation doesn't only come from one side. It's a difficult truth to confront, but within the migrant routes themselves, exploitation can and does happen. The brotherhood that provides support can also be a source of hardship. Smugglers, who are often from the same regions or even communities as the migrants, profit immensely from their desperation. They are part of a multi-billion-dollar illicit industry. The promises they make are often empty, and the conditions they subject people to are horrific. There are also instances of migrants exploiting other migrants, whether through theft in the camps or by acting as lower-level enforcers for smuggling networks. The immense pressure and desperation of the situation can erode trust and solidarity, turning brother against brother. This is not to blame the victims, but to acknowledge the full, complicated picture. The system of illegal migration creates a dog-eat-dog world where the most vulnerable are often preyed upon by those who are just one step above them on the ladder of desperation. So, where does that leave us? The journey from West Africa to Europe through Morocco is a powerful lens through which we can see the major forces shaping our world: economic inequality, demographic shifts, and the failures of global policy. It's a human story of incredible courage and a systemic story of deep contradictions. The narrative of an invasion is simplistic and wrong. The reality is a complex push and pull, where people are pushed by a lack of opportunity and pulled by a very real economic need. Creating safe and legal pathways for migration isn't just a humanitarian imperative. It's an economic necessity for Europe. It would allow countries to manage labor flows, reduce the power of criminal smuggling networks, and most importantly, save lives and treat people with the dignity they deserve. This is a conversation we need to have, openly and honestly, moving beyond fear and politics to find solutions that work for everyone. Thank you so much for watching and for engaging with this important topic. What are your thoughts on this complex issue? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. We'll see you in the next one.